DeRusso with the Majestic rider. So today I'm going to show you an exercise to do with your horse to help strengthen his back end. When the vets check your horses for neurologic disorders, they pull on their tail, and a lot of especially the walking horses, because the way they're built, will actually move way over when you pull on them. They're not very strong, they're kind of out of it when you do it to them, and it takes them usually about 10 times to pull back. They can be weaker in their hindquarters, especially if they're using their shoulders more and pulling themselves instead of pushing. And back in their breeding lines, usually the horse is some breed that either it's weaker on the left side or it's weaker on the right. So there's an exercise you can do, which actually helps when your vet checks it too, because it's going to make your horse stronger, and that's to pull on the horse's tail. So you got to make sure you're good, sure your horse is okay with pulling on the tail first. That they're not going to kick you or anything like that. And what you're going to do, if you're really big, don't pull too hard in the beginning. I'm going to pull until he actually pulls back. So he's a lazy horse. Now he's over there rubbing his head as he's pulling back a little bit because I just rode him. So I'm going to pull again and get him to engage those muscles and pull back towards me. And we're going to get him to stop goofing around. Okay, so I'm going to pull again. So can you see him pulling back now? So I usually do it like 10 times on each side, and I did it when we started out, so he might be a little bit tired. So then I go to the other side, again, make sure they're not a kicker if you walk behind them, and stay close so they don't kick you in the head. And then I'm going to pull him over this direction. So I'm going to pull against him, and I'm kind of small, so I can use my weight against him. So depending on your size, small horse, big person, don't pull too hard. Big horse, small person, you can probably pull pretty hard. So this is much better than he did last week. Last week I kind of knocked him off his feet because he didn't want to know what was going on. So this will help him to engage his muscles in his hindquarters, use his muscles around his stifles, and then again, if your vet has to do a neurologic check on them, it helps so the horse knows that he's supposed to pull back against him. A lot of the gaited horses, especially the walking horses, when you palpate around their tail, sometimes they don't tuck their tail in like regular horses. And I see it with a lot of them, so it's probably something more with their breeding. So some of them will pull in, but some of them really don't pull in that much, so it feels a little loose. So you can kind of play with their tail too, and see what they don't like to get them to pull in, because as the vets check them, they think they're weird and they think they're neurologic. So you want to make sure you do some stuff and get that horse to pull his tail in. So now he's pulling on me too. So he's using all those muscles back there. And I'm trying to get him to engage his back end. He was a little bit pacey and kind of threw his shoulders, so we're trying to make his hindquarters work. So again, this will help with the vet, and it'll help him get stronger. The other thing I do is when they're standing, a lot of times if they have a weaker side, they always kind of cock that one leg like that. And so what I'm trying to do is get them to stand up on both legs and use both those muscles. So if I happen to be grooming a horse and I know he always cocks his right leg or he always cocks his left leg, I will pull them up on their tail and get them to engage their muscles and use both sides. So it's kind of like you're right-handed or left-handed, and we're trying to get you to be ambidextrous by, anytime you won't use your left hand, I'm making you use it. So I'm trying to make him use both sides of his body to even out his muscles so he can carry us better. But see, right now he's got his weight on both legs and he's good. He's standing nice and calm, but he's using his muscles instead of being lazy. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. He's a little weaker on the, this is the left side. Left side? This is his left side, so I'm going to pull. I'm going to do it like 15 times. So you're trying to get him to engage his muscle. Really start working the muscles right here. Make them more stable and stronger. the other side. Good boy. Good boy. Keep pulling. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, now I'm going to do it back on this side again. But tell him he's a good boy when he does the right thing, when he pulls back. Not when, because they don't know what they're supposed to do, so they might think they're supposed to come with you. You want to say good boy? Good boy. When he pulls back that way. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Don't stop pulling until he pulls back. Did he come out?
Tony, come here. Tony, come here. Hey.
Is he coming or he's running around? Visiting. That's okay. Yeah, we keep cutting through because they said that tractor trailer is coming through. Now we got. Yeah, that's all right. He's just visiting. Oh boy. Okay, so he did the right thing. I do it every time you work him.